co-host Christian, and before you guys say we cannot see you, we can't see you. Well, like I said before, and I'll say it again, we are blind. That's why it's called a blind talk because, we're blind and stuff like that. Um, First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone that has been subscribing to this channel. We have 104 subscribers, and we want to say thank you, and we hope that more people subscribe to this channel. This channel is based off of our show called The Blind Talk, where we talk about just random things and stuff like that. Also, next week on Tuesday, again, I say next week on Tuesday, we will be having a special guest joining us next Tuesday. She's a part of the blind community, and we're super excited to have her join us on next Tuesday. So, before I get into it, I'm going to let my co host give a brief, and I do mean a brief, good morning welcome from him. Go ahead, Christian.
Happy Taco Tuesday to everyone. And I hope everyone's having a lovely morning.
Okay. Thank you, Christian, for that. So I know a lot of you guys is probably following the Facebook Blind Talk blog page and the Instagram Blind Talk page. So last night we did a segment, part one of our segment, talking about dictatorship and real versus fake friendships. And I kind of want to touch bases on that for those that was not able to listen to that video yet, and it is uploaded on here as well for those of you that want to check it out. Check it out. So basically, to touch base on that, we have been talking about real versus fake friendships and people dictating your life. So I know, and I'm sure this happens in every community, whether you are blind, deaf, sighted, whatever the case may be, you have some people who think that it is okay to play the dictator in your life. For example, you may have some people that states, well, I may not be friends with Susie, so Martha can't be friends with Susie either. Although Martha wants to be friends with Susie, you don't want Martha to be friends with Susie. So you want to dictate Martha's life. Or, for example, if Martha feels uncomfortable around Brenda, you you don't like that, so you tell Martha, oh, don't block Brenda off your phone or social media, or you get mad when Martha does what she wants to do. And I'm just going to say that that is plain out wrong because at the end of the day, you know, it's not your place to tell somebody who they can and cannot block on their phones or who they can and cannot talk to because we can do whatever we want. We are grown people. In this case, we are grown blind people, you know? And if somebody feels like they want to talk to somebody, you need to respect that and not try to play the dictator role. You know, you're not their mother, you're not their father, you are their friend, supposed to be their friend, so you should not be playing a dictator role. Now, I can tell if you're trying to give that person advice because you know what kind of things that person does or says or whatever. And if that person don't want to listen to you, you have to let people learn on their own. You got to let certain people, figure out things on their own so they can see for themselves that, this person isn't.
Your life effects. Choose sticker. Enable retouch button. Expand tool belt. Welcome to live chat. Remember to speech off.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. We got to resume because my mother called and interrupted crap. So, like I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted, um, you cannot be playing a dictator role in your friend's or person's life. You can't. Now, I can tell, like I said before I got rudely interrupted, I can tell if you are trying to give that person Advice, okay, that's different. But again, there's a difference between advice or plain dictatorship. You gotta let people figure out things on their own. Now, Christian, do you want to say some things about the dictatorship before I move on to the next one? Christian,
Yeah.
do you want to say something about being a dictator in somebody's life before I move on?
Yep. Here we go. Okay. Here it is. People, it is very important that you do not dictate what somebody says, what somebody does. Because, let me ask y'all an important question. How would y'all feel if I went around and dictated y'all lives? It's not fair. Because in reality, you can't do it. You
And it's
just
just
can't.
not a good thing to do, you know. It's not
It's
a
just not
good
a good
thing
thing.
to do being a dictator in somebody's life. Because I look at it like this before I move on to the next thing. I look at it like this. If you don't pay for that person's phone, if you don't control that person's social media, that person at the end of the day, you may not like it, but that person has every right to basically do what they want on their devices. If they choose to block somebody, they have every right to block somebody. Just because you're friends with them does not mean that you should tell that person, oh, why you block that person? Not friends with them. You need to be nice to them. No, because you don't know what that person might have with that other person. You
You
know, you
you
cannot be a
cannot be friends
dictator.
with everybody. You can't.
And it's not good being a dictator. It ain't. It's plain out rude.
Because
So,
when you are a dictator, you're bringing negativity in there.
well, I wouldn't say so much negativity, mainly controlling. That's different. Negativity
You're
and
bringing
controlling is two different
controllingness
things.
in there. And when you bring controllingness, that's how controllingness drama starts.
So now that we got that part out the way, I'm just going to see if we have anybody watching before I move on to the next.
Speech on. Choose sticker. Button. Effects. Micro. Switch camera. But top fans. Top fans. Button. To watching now. Top. Switch. Micro. Effects. Choose stick. Enable. Expand. Welcome to Live Chat. At Alexis Saravaya. 6767. Button. At Zion Harris L6V. What up? Button. At Simbop 9. You sound like a fart. Button. At Zion Harris L6V. Love your video's face with heart-shaped eyes emoji. Button.
Thank you
Actions available.
to the Zion person. I gladly appreciate it. Thank you for loving the videos. Thank you.
At Zion Harris L6V. She don't sound like a fart. Button.
Thank
Actions available.
you. Thank you to the Zion person.
At Zion Harris L6V. Face blue smiling. 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 Chat options. Button. Message. Speech off.
Thank you to the Zion person. I can't really pronounce your last name. And to the person that says, to the person that said I sound like a fart, I don't even have nothing to say about that, but it's best to kill people with kindness because that's the best thing to do. Amazon, shut the fuck up. Okay, anyway. So so the next thing I'm going to talk about is the difference between real and fake friendships. And I know you guys are saying, well, I already know the difference between the real and the fake friendships. Well, I'm glad you do. And to the ones that don't, listen up. Because this is the main thing that we talked about in our video yesterday. And if you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's up and already up there on the page. You can check it out. So, A real friendship, and I'm just going to break it down to you. A real friend is someone who will actually stick up for you, be there for you, pull you to the side when they know that you did something wrong, not embarrass you, and always stick with you through good times and bad times. Through the whatever times it may be. No matter how nasty you treat them, they will always be there. Well, a fake friend is someone who is just in your life, just being it, but the time you don't do something that they don't want you to do, or that you want to do for yourself that they don't like, they get mad and start telling you about your life, talk nasty about you, and etc. And I have seen so much of that going around. It's not even funny. Like, I have seen that in groups that I'm in, or circles that I'm in with people. I've seen good people and bad people. That has actually happened to me, but I know who my real friends are and who's not my real friends. And it's okay. It's okay if you may not like the person, but it is always going to kill people with kindness. And I know it's easier said than done, but in the words of Selena Gomez, in one of her songs, she says, "Kill them with kindness," and that's what we all need to do. Is stop the bullying, stop the harassment, stop the virtual rude threats, stop it all, and we need to all come together and be nice to one another. Even if you don't like the person, you can still encourage on that person, whatever the case may be. Now, I'm not saying talk to them on a regular daily basis. No. Because believe it or not, there's people that I do not like, but I still learn to tolerate them, to keep the peace. And I mean, it's easier said than done. It is. And like I said, you just got to remember at the end of the day who your real friends are and who your fake friends are. Because in certain situations, you really figure out who your real friends are when certain things happen, or when things go down to hell. You'll figure out real quick who your real friends are. Like, before I let Christian speak about that, I'm going to give you guys a brief example. So I was going through something, just recently. I was going through something. I'm not going to get in all detail with it, but something happened, and a little fight broke out. Well, I figured out real quick who my real friends were, real quick. Because no matter what, all the things that people had said about me in that fight, my real friends actually stayed. They didn't take the BS. They defended me. And the fake ones, well, they just, continue to run their mouth. And you got to be careful who you just let in your life. And you got to be careful, especially got to be careful what you tell certain people, because your fake friends can easily use that information that you tell them, and they can easily run back and tell anybody they want what you tell them. And you just got to be careful. Like, don't let your walls down so easily. If you've been hurt 1,000 times by somebody, don't let your walls down so easily. Don't do it, because it will damage you and hurt you in the long run. I've done it before. I was the type of person, that was very soft hearted. I used to give people more than 3 chances, more than I should have done. But now I'm way more careful with who I let in my life, who I let in my circle, who I tell things to. I'm very careful with what I do. And I don't let a lot of people in so easily, because I'm telling you, if you do that and you let the wrong person or wrong group of people in your life, it's going to bite you in the butt and backfire in your face as all get out. It is. And it's going to damage you in the long run. So, Christian, you still there?
Yep.
So I'm going to let my co-host, Christian, tell you the difference in his words between a real friendship and a fake friendship. Go ahead, Christian.
Now, the difference between a fake friendship and a real friendship is you got people that will help you, that will stick by your side no matter what happens. And then a fake friendship is the people that will say, "Oh, I'm there all the time. I will help you all the time, and I will come for you all the time." I'm gonna tell y'all a piece of advice. Those that say I'm there all the time, they're just saying that they get up under your skin.
And a lot of times, sorry for cutting you off, Christian. Like I said, that's one part. I want to piggyback off of what Christian said about that part. A lot of the time, a lot of those people that claim they're there all the time, they're never really there all the time. Only a few will probably be there. Like, for example, if something came up or if an emergency, you'll figure out real quick who's actually there in your corner for you, who's actually there in situations that you need to be in, you know? That's like somebody telling me, hey, you can call me whenever you want. If you have any emergency, whatever, you can call me whenever you want. The time the situation or an emergency happened, where is that person that said that? Only a few people came, but that one person that claimed they swear up and down they're gonna be there, they were never there. And that shows you who your real people is in your corner. That would show you. These are prime examples of finding out who your real and fake friends is.
And not only that, that's waiting for a bomb to go off. I'm not saying it won't. That's just waiting for a bomb to go off.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, that's how people that stick by your side, they're gonna say, "Oh, let me help you with this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to help you with that." The people that say, "Oh, let me help you with this. Let me carry this for you."
Mm-hmm.
The people that say that, they don't want to help you with that. They want you to do it by yourself. They want you to do it all on your own.
Because the time you do something that is right for you that they don't like, they easily leave out your life and they go and tell other people, hey, don't be friends with such and such because they this and they that. No, that's not a real friend because a real friend will not do you like that. A real friend will give you a couple of weeks or days to calm down. But one thing's for sure, they will never leave you. You know, like that song by Miley Cyrus is called True Friend. I know there's not a lot of Hannah Montana fans out there, but I will tell you that is the number one song I like by Miley Cyrus. I love it. I am a kid at heart, and I ain't ashamed of it. So
I gotta tell y'all, I love Hannah Montana and I love Miley Cyrus. I don't know
that's
why.
the same people, honey.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna admit this in this video.
Live stream.
I'm gonna admit this in this live stream. I love Hannah Montana and I love Miley Cyrus. I don't know why, but I do.
Because I used to watch the show, but that song called True Friend by Hannah Montana show, that song, I love that song. I love it, okay? I would sing it, but I don't have the heart to do it because it's too early in the morning for me to be singing, but I might do it on the next upcoming video, I don't know. But like I said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this live stream, and we just wanted to do a live stream basically talking about a little bit of what we talked about in our video last night for those of you that was not able to watch the video. And for all you lovely people out there, please continue to subscribe. If you love what you hear and you love this channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and show your girl and the team some love. And also, I will be posting our Facebook links up here as well. So keep your eye out, keep looking out for those links in the YouTube profile on here as well. And we hope that you guys enjoy and we interact more on here, and we interact more on our other social media platforms. So you can send us messages. I'll put, well, the Instagram is already up here on the profile. So you can send us an Instagram message for those who have Instagram. And I'll be putting the Facebook links up here too. You can follow us and friend us, whatever you want. Thank you so much for being a part of our journey. We love you guys. And we hope that people like you guys can continue to subscribe. So stay tuned for next Tuesday. Like I said, we'll be having a special guest joining us on Tuesday, one of our new co-hosts. We are super excited, so stay tuned for that. We love you guys and have a good Tuesday. Peace.
Your discretion is advised.
Oh my God. I'm about to show you a scripture surprise my foot.
Speech on.
When I break your foot.
Ah, shut up.
And if you break
Effects.
Hold
Button.
on.
I'm gonna
Microphone unmuted. Button. Fans.
Boy, you are still on live stream. You crazy weirdo.
Switch. Top fan. 0 watching now. 5. Live. Finish. Finish. Button.
You know.
Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Heading.
Christian, you are still on live stream.
sorry.
Good God. I just cut you off, by the way.
Cancel. Button. End. Button.